I began obsessing and learning and collecting a mad, insane amount of sewing machines. And not only that, but when I got a new machine, and when I get a new machine now, the first thing I do is tear it apart. We were cutting out pieces of recycled sweater to make miniature Christmas wreaths out of scraps. And we were using a quilting grid. So we were cutting out perfect squares like pixels, and that's where I built this robot. And my wife said you should stitch that onto a piece of fabric and maybe make a bag out of it. So I did, and it took me 2 days with a home sewing machine to sew this bag. I think 3 months later I had made maybe 100 of them and was hand selling them to friends, and they were buying them. We actually contracted a company to make the first run of goods. It was successful. We sold it independent craft fairs and things of this nature. I got a couple of sewing machines, and I started making goods. And I dreaded it, but I was making at that point 40 to 60% of the goods that we were selling. So I was constantly sewing and then going to markets and selling at markets. I was looking to get a couple more machines. Now, I honestly had no idea what any of these things did. All I knew is that this guy had a handful of machines that were going to get turned into boat anchors. They all did something different. I didn't know what they were used for. I didn't know anything about it. I consider myself unemployed because the word employ means to shape and to mold. And there is nobody shaping and molding me at all. Whenever anybody tells me that I'm crazy or that I can't do something, I dive right into it. So the concept behind House of Reboot, we are taking pretty much abandoned textiles and gleaning them and making really limited amounts, one-of-a-kind type pieces, one for the world attitude. But the whole evolution from wanting to be, a clothing designer to what I am actually now is night and day. They're completely different. In one of my shirts, there are over 79 points of operation. Every single step of the way is done